So I decided to take you for a small ride today. Hopefully the car starts. I have promised it a cleanup outside now that it's supposedly driving again. So let's see. Automatic short, pedal all the way down, only one time, and then let's see what happens. And then I have to ease the throttle a bit, otherwise it dies. But it has been that way all the years I have owned it. Once it's warmed up, it's no problem. I don't know if you can see the oil pressure installed by the previous owner. It's sky high until the choke gets off. And I just forgot a rock or something. Give me a second. Smart. Just thought I hit the wall there for a second. Have to go a bit slow here, otherwise the belt locks. Lights on. It's a bit rattly, but yeah, I can live with that. But you hear those kind of things because otherwise the car is extremely quiet inside. In fact, it's a really nice place to be. It reminds me a lot of driving a modern car. The only thing that feels, of course it has no servo, but old cars are meant to be like that, and it's no problem if you know how to drive them. Of course, only 4 speeds on the gear, and of course the linkage is not as smooth as maybe a 20-year newer Passat. But again, it's an old car. It has done 350,000, but handling wise and all this space, it drives like a modern car. Doesn't have all those safety features that modern cars have. In my opinion, the driving experience hasn't changed as much in the last 30 or 40 years. The cars have just gotten a lot of extras: air condition, power, electric, everything. Yeah. I hope you can hear that rumbling. I have this extra box here for storage that, it has always been vibrating. Guess I should have fixed that. But other than this, it is just driving so nice. You can see I'm already in top gear. Don't really need to change that much. The car has got a sunroof. Let's hope that doesn't make too much noise. It's still hot today. I've gotten a lot of comments on that sunroof over the years. Oh, it has destroyed the car. Yes, in some people's opinion, but I look at it this way, that this car was used by the previous owner before me as his daily driver for 28 years. And instead of buying a new cars in the 80s where everybody needed a sunroof, also you couldn't buy a new car without it being some kind of special edition sunroof. So he just kept his 70s cars and put a sunroof in it. So it's just a testimony to that, the fact that the car has been used as a daily for all those years. So I can live with it, and it's nice when it's hot. You can see the crack here, common fault on these cars. Maybe you have also wondered in my previous videos. It has the original blanking plate for the radio, but it has speakers. Yeah, I got it that way. I guess he kept the radio for another car. I kind of like the blanking plate, and I don't really need to listen to music. Maybe I will change my mind. Oscar, my son, age 12, he was the cameraman the other day on the first test drive after the new brakes. We have made a small plan to go to Wolfsburg in 2023. It's 50 years of the Passat being introduced, so why not make a road trip? Would be nice. So I need to sort a few extra things before that. But, other than this, I'm not the guy who drives the most kilometers in my car, I have to be honest. But that's probably because I buy too many. But nevertheless, since I have owned this car since 2005, it's still like, it's so familiar to me when I get the key in the hand, the sound when you touch everything. So you don't have to have driven 20,000 kilometers in a car to achieve that experience. So it's like playing with a good old friend. When I first bought this car, a lot of people didn't acknowledge it, isn't it called that? They didn't recognize the car as a true classic. Of course, it wasn't that old at the time, but I think a lot has changed. Now it's a good thing that I fixed the brakes, except that the car dies. And we're back again. So, okay, no quick braking or the car dies. I think that's down to the carburetor still. So we got sidetracked there. The noise you can hear is the previous owner. He installed an alarm to tell you that when you stop the car and you haven't turned off the lights. So that's a small siren. But where I was coming from, they didn't recognize it as a classic car. Maybe it's because, what can I say, the design is actually, it doesn't look that old. But also the driving experience, like I said, to me, this is one of the easiest to drive of the classic cars that I own. If I take my rear engine cars, the Fiat 850 or the Renault Gordini, everything about them, gear changing, handling, especially when you get into the car. Here, yeah, you just walk, get in, sit down, drive. In the Renault I have to almost, and now we die again. In the Renault I have to squeeze myself in, and that was considered a family car in the 60s. Need to work on that idle. But there's only 10 years between those cars and they are so different. So if I should daily one of my classics, this would definitely be the easiest one to use in my current fleet. But yeah, classic cars don't have to be easy to drive. That's also part of the fun, that they are so different. And I can start up 4 cars in one day and not one of them have the same gear shift layout, for instance. That's all part of the appeal to me. But I also think that the reason for this being such a modern car is part of why it hasn't been recognized as a classic. The design stayed on. The next models didn't change that much. It was an easy to recognize that it was still a Passat, so the car stayed young for a long period. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. What do you think? Was the car simply so boring that nobody wanted to keep them? This is a base model, 1.3 engine. If it was a Golf, everyone would be going mad about it. But yeah, I like my oddball cars. The other day when I was driving it, it didn't stall every time that I stopped. But the only thing I have really changed is that I just moved the air intake. I realized it was actually in winter position. It has actually been that way since 2005. So, and I just tried to move that. Still no horn working. I actually haven't clamped down the battery completely. That could also be part of the problem when I braked a little bit hard, when I almost missed the turn. But of course I'm going to do that before I drive the car more. I really hope this wind noise isn't destroying my whole video. I really don't want to be doing it all again, but yeah. Fingers crossed. Just going real slowly here. See if I can catch it. Okay, I cheated. I gave it a little bit throttle. So I guess I just need to get that idle just a notch up. That should cure the problem. Still can't believe how nice the car seems to be driving. Since I left it for 7 years. I did start the car up occasionally in the storage unit, but didn't drive it. So of course I know I'm into the possibility of getting all kinds of oil leaks and everything, but yeah, I'm hoping for the best. That's why I will also be driving the car, yeah, like I always do. Nice and easy. After all, this is a classic hobby vehicle. part of the reason why no service steering isn't a problem, also because of this massive wheel. In fact, right now I'm driving on bigger wheels than standard from a Volkswagen Polo from 2001. They are 14-inch rims and it needs to go on 13. I actually have a plan to get it on standard looking steel wheels with original tire size. I think it's gonna be much smoother driving. Not so good looking, but nicer to drive. Nope. So, I'm back home again. And now it doesn't stall. Oh. So, I'm gonna get ready for a bit of wash and maybe we should polish a panel or two. So, hope you enjoyed the ride. So, give me your thoughts. Is this just a true classic or is it simply too easy to drive? Yeah. See you in the next one. Let's hear that light alarm again. I think it's a cool future. See you.